Hey, what's going on? Sean here. Hope all is well, and hope everybody's doing kicking butt, keeping cool this summer so far, hydrating. Down here in Florida, you gotta hydrate. I bring my cooler now to gigs, and it's that time of the year. I've got a vortex going. Put pictures up on my Instagram. You can see it. I have like 2 fans blowing on me. I need a third, or I need at least a more powerful fan, I think. But so pretty much since the beginning of the year, I've been only gigging, mostly 2 days a week, 2-3 days a week, mostly trying to keep it to the weekends. Sometimes I double up on the weekends because I've been converting a bus. And that's almost done now. And we'll be moving into that bus. I don't know where we're going to be going, or what we're going to be doing. The plan was to be out of Florida in the summer, but you know, diesel is now $6 a gallon average. Some places it's much more. So I don't know how much traveling we'll be doing. I really don't know what's going on. Everything's up in the air. But I haven't really been that into the music thing because I've been working 7 days pretty much on the bus or gigs. Sometimes gigging and working on the bus together. So hope you're doing well. But I just wanted to stop in today because I've been driving down to pick up somebody who's been helping me with the bus from where I used to live. And that's, I don't know, maybe it's like 40 miles away, and then back. And then my bus was parked like another 15 miles north of there. And then I would have to drive him back at the end of the day for various reasons. He doesn't have a license. It's costing me $50 a day in gas at these prices. And then food on top of that and everything like that to, and miscellaneous stuff like ice in the cooler, gas to run the generator because we're working on the bus. I run a generator to power it and to power all the tools and everything like that. That's $100 a day, and that's not even paying him. And I've been only paying him, you know what I can. That's still been thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I said, we're almost done now. I have pretty much all my money in this bus. But it occurred to me that we are fast approaching the basically will work for gas food stage at this point. Unless you live pretty close to your gigs and you're driving a Prius or a 4-cylinder or something that gets a lot better gas mileage than my 8-cylinder truck. You know, I mean, it could easily get to the point where between going to the gig and paying for gas and this and that, you could be spending $50, $100. So I'm hoping that you all get paid appropriately. My main gigs, resort gigs on the water on the weekends, I did get a raise. In season, of course, it was a lot busier and tips were a lot better. Out of season, there's less people there. It's summer, and the tips aren't quite as good. But you know, I'm still averaging about 300 a gig, so it's still worth it. Obviously, but I don't know. I'd be interested to hear your experiences where you're at, what it's costing you to get to a gig and back, and what you're making, what your profit is after 3 or 4 hours. Like I said, I still think it's literally a good gig, a good side gig. If you're still in, for various reasons, and I don't want to get political on this channel. I have other outlets for that, but you know, I think we're in the gig economy now, and you know, you can do a bunch of different things to try to keep it going. Hopefully, you know, I mean, food's getting ridiculously expensive. You know, if diesel and gas goes up, literally everything's going to go up because it affects everything. Because the trucks that deliver your food, the trucks that deliver, you know, trains, trucks, boats that deliver everything are diesel. The tractors that plow the fields are diesel. The fertilizer that fertilizes the fields is made of petrochemicals. I mean, everything is processed using diesel. I mean, it's just like, and it's one of the lighter refined, first refined products of crude oil, and it was always historically less expensive than it should be. So something's seriously wrong. But that said, things are getting ridiculously expensive, as you know, and wages are not keeping pace. So I'd be interested to hear if, you know, if that's changing your plans as far as like with gigs, the areas that you're looking for gigs, where you're planning on gigging and that kind of stuff. You know, how far you're willing to travel. You know, that even around here in Florida, I mean, there's infinite amounts of places to play, but most of them for various reasons, I personally don't want to play. First of all, it's financially speaking. Second of all, I'm older and I'm cynical, and I've been doing this for too long, and it's hard for me to play to certain crowds anymore. You know, I can't deal with bullshit as well as I could when I was younger. So, I mean, that's just the honest truth of it. So, and also, you know, I choose to play to a more upscale crowd. I mean, the tips are better, and the manners are better, and the people are better, as far as they're better behaved. And if you want to make money, you know, I mean, yes, I used to play at biker bars and stuff, and they tipped well and this and that, but there's always that element of danger, and there were sometimes fights and things like that, and that kind of shit was fun to me when I was younger, but it's not as fun anymore. And so anyway, if you're not asking for a raise, you really need to be asking for a raise, because everything's going up soon, and it's costing me a hell of a lot of money just to run my truck. So on to another subject. I'm just getting burnt and a little bored playing acoustic again. This happens to me every 10 years or so. Before I retired to go write songs in Nashville, 2010, basically, I retired from full-time playing. I did play a couple more cruise, European cruise ship contract after that. I went to LA to film school for a while, and we were going to move out there, but eventually I decided to move to Nashville to go give that a go. But, you know, I got to the point where I was just burnt. I was doing this full time. Hi, baby. That's my kitty. That's my Gracie. I was doing this thing full time for you know, probably about 20 years. And I just got burnt out, man. I got burnt out on the music I was playing, got burnt out on everything. And I'm starting to get to that point again. And it's funny because I haven't really been gigging that much. And I think it's just I miss playing in a band situation. And I just miss the improvisational aspects of it and the give and take aspects of it. And my tribute band, gigs fell off quite a bit since the pandemic, and they never really recovered. I mean, we've probably done about 4 or 5 gigs so far this year. We have none on the books for the rest of the year, and nobody seems to be booking anything. And getting a little bored of that too, because that's ears and that's clicks, and you know, it's a very structured, worked out thing, because you want to present an authentic product to the crowd. I mean, you know, when they close their eyes, and my band specifically is called Continuum Tribute. We're a Journey tribute band, and you want to portray the closest possible representation of the music that you're trying to sell to the people. And again, I mean, at the time we started working this up, it looked like Journey was on their last legs. It looked like they were getting ready to retire and this and that. And that was the reason I wanted to do it. You know, because I was reticent, because they were still a gigging band at the time. And now it seems like they're going stronger than ever. I mean, they're just there's 2 members left with backup bands. But anyway, they're still going. Maybe that's the reason we're not working as much. But again, it's very structured, very worked out. I have to play things as close as I can to the guitar player. I have to play note for note things, and it's just getting boring for me. I mean, I'm at the point where I want to stretch. I want to jam a little bit. I want to improvise. I want to do jammy band versions, but more, you know, more accessible than just off into, like, you know, La La Land, Doodle Land. Like, you know, I don't want to be Fish. I want to be something like Widespread Panic meets Toto or something like that, where there's structured songs, but there's elements. There's the freedom that you can do some freeform stuff within that. And I could take any kind of cover material or original material and put it into that, you know, paste it over into that kind of a structure. That's kind of what I'm interested in doing. I like doing that. It's just hard to find band members, and I've informally been trying to kind of like put the vibe out to do that. you know, it's also hard to find the same people with the same mindset as you as well, you know. So I'm thinking about just doing a tracks thing. Mark and I, my keyboard player and a good friend of mine, we worked up all these tracks, you know, great tracks, hundreds of them. Everything from 80s and 90s and Toto and just classic stuff and Beatles and whatever. And I'm thinking about maybe taking those tracks and we did them in Ableton's Live, and we you know, we got it so that we can vary all the tempos and all that kind of stuff. And I was thinking about putting them into a program, and there's this program called Prime app. It's like a looping thing. It's like they use it for worshiping a lot. It's like some elements of Ableton Live built in, and you could pull your tracks into it, and then you can mute whatever tracks you don't want or whatever you want to play with. I would kind of want to dumb it down a little bit, but you could arrange your songs into sections. You can section off your songs, you know, the verse, the bridge, the chorus, this is the kind of thing. And you can use like a loop pedal, like, and they sell this thing called the Looptimus. And you can hook it up to this. You can run it off an iPad. And so I could be playing, you know, Africa. And I could just hit it and loop that section as long as I wanted to, you know, and just play leads over it. I could do any arrangement I want. And I could set up this Looptimus to go between sections, you know, stay on one section and loop it infinitely. It just, you know, you can do anything with MIDI essentially. So I was thinking about taking tracks and building a little one-man show in electric that gives me the flexibility to be able to jam, the flexibility to still be able to play kind of live with a kind of a band replacement kind of thing. And, you know, I poo-pooed the track thing for a long time, but I think it might be pretty cool, and it might kind of give the audience some kind of a cool like representation. And, you know, I could always do an acoustic set if need be as well. But I think the gigs that I would go after with that would be separate from my solo acoustic thing. It'd be more like I'd probably just do it like the, you know, Show More Mellow band, and it would be like a one-man band basically. And so that's an idea I have, but right now it's all encompassing trying to get this bus done. And truthfully, I mean, this bus is gorgeous, gorgeous. If anyone wants to check it out, it's Instagram, it's Troubadour Schoolie. And I mean, I spared no expense on this thing. I put, you know, probably end up having like 40,000 into it when we're done, but it's all cedar ceilings and just wood and just everything, you know, 2 huge ACs, marine grade, electrical wire, DC system, like 1,500 watts of solar on the roof, covering the roof, 3 kilowatt inverter, charge controller, inverter, battery bank, like, you know, it's got everything, all shark bite plumbing, you know, it's like brass shark bite with PEX running in it. It's got washer dryer hookup. I haven't got the washer dryer combo unit yet, but I'm going to. It's really, really nice. You know, all LED lighting, LEDs on the side that change colors and dim, and it's Max Air fans in the roof. Like, it's really, really good. It's good. And we're going to paint it up and redo the ceiling. I bought the thing that was already converted. We got in there, me and my kids, and we were going to do a little bit of messing around, building some things, changing some things around. I started pulling up the floors, and I realized it was done badly and wrong. So I said, we got to gut the entire thing. So this was like January. So we gutted it out and just went down all the way down to the bare steel again. So gutting it out took like 2 weeks. It would have been easier and less expensive just to get a school bus. It's a 40-foot Bluebird, and just pull everything out and just start from the beginning. So I had it completely converted with electrical, you know, fully plugged in. It worked, everything, but it's far beyond that now. It's a custom coach now at this point. And, you know, right now I'm staying at my grandmother's place because we're not done with the bus. We've been in Airbnbs this month so far. We moved out of our place at the end of 31st of May. And unfortunately, a few days ago, last week, my grandmother passed. And so we're just, you know, we have to be here at her house anyway, kind of getting her stuff together and figuring it all out. All the family's helping out, but my wife and I are hanging out here and for a little while and hopefully I'll finish the bus the next couple of weeks. So I haven't really been focusing that much on gigs. All right, I got all my pets around here now at this point. There's one down there. Oh, where's it, Bella? Bella. Yeah. So that's my update. That's what's been going on. If anybody's been performing anything new, let me know. I still never get any requests for anything, any new artists. They're so generic and shitty that it's even hard for me to even. I got a request from somebody named Chase Rice, and I looked him up because I had never heard of him before, and I'm like, who is this? This is so generic. It sounds like every other person on the radio, and the guy who requested to me is like, yeah, you're right. It does sound like everybody else. So even they know. So I still maintain that you should play the greatest music that you can possibly play, that to your skill level, to your voice, that you can do. And I mean, I just don't think there's any of it that's, you know, that's current. I think it's shit. That said, you don't want to play the same old crap either. So, you know, try to mix it up. That's why you want to just add tunes. Try to make your list try to make it as deep as possible. It doesn't have to be crazy broad, although I try to broaden mine. I just don't play any stuff that personally that I don't like. I can't authentically perform stuff I don't like anymore, and I don't want to or have to anymore at this point. Been doing this shit over 30 years, so that's where I'm at. You know your niche, know who you are, know who you're playing for, know why you're playing, and just let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods, and let me know you know, what the future holds for you as well. So this is Sean, and I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.